This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Fresh tires here at Phoenix, they do fall off quite a lot. We saw the fastest laps of the race being right around the 28:20 range, and now they're running up around 29:20, so they've lost a second in just 40 laps. But there's a blown motor going into turn 4.
Caution's out.
Right in front of the leader, you saw Jack Sprague drive by. There's Chase Montgomery, the A-truck. Looks like he might have made some contact either coming off turn number 2 or maybe at the exit of the dogleg in the backstretch.
It looks like he might have blown that right front tire field just as he made the dogleg on the back straightaway and hit the outside retaining wall. There's a mark.
Here they are exiting the dogleg right here. Definitely, Michael, as you said, the right front tire went down. I'm sure he turned the steering wheel, but it did nothing when that right front tire went down.
Caution.
Just a few moments ago, big time wiggle off turn number 4. Steve got real loose on throttle. Getting a report that something happened to Hank Parker Jr.
There's Steve as we are under caution.
That's what happened to Hank Parker Jr. You can see the damage to the right side of that truck off of turn number 2. He made some contact with the outside wall.
Pull everything away from it.
One side. Going to see him come off turn number 2. He gets up into Hank Parker Jr. He hadn't quite cleared him. That just turned him into the outside wall, but a lot of...
It's not just a give and deal that you got the pass completed. It's a bit of a task to finish the pass.
See Shane Meal right behind these two. He's probably got...
Knocked an oil line or something off there, Doug.
Yeah, we're getting a report that... The 07 says it's tire smoke, but NASCAR has thrown the caution flag.
That's the break that Carl Edwards needed. That'll put Carl Edwards back on the lead lap.
So with that caution, Carl Edwards is now back on the lead lap. And the reason everyone came in for a pit stop is because our 4th caution took place. Problems between Mike Skinner, who you see the work being done on his truck, and the 88 of Tracy Hines.
They're going down in turn number 3. You see Mike Skinner looks to the inside, but Tracy had already committed to drive to the bottom of the racetrack. Mike did all he could do, Michael, to stay off him, but unfortunately, he lost control, got a little bit sideways, made some contact to turn Tracy up into the wall.
Check out how violent this sounds, Phil. Check this out. And watch Chad Chapman come through here. Whoa. They just split right in time for him to shoot through the middle.
Fortunately, Mike Skinner slid down to the bottom of the racetrack, and Chad had a little bit of a hole to go through.
Truck. He was a little loose on this run, but he says it's a lot better now.
Problems with the 1 of Ted Musgrave. He slows as he goes through 1 and 2.
Right front ready, boys.
Yeah, it looked like a right front flat as he went into turn 1.
There goes Jack Sprague by him. Todd Bodine and David Starr also have gotten by. So David Starr takes over the lead at Phoenix, and we slow down. You see the sparks coming out. Ray, what's going on with the 1?
Right front tire is flat for Ted Musgrave, guys. Just unbelievable. They had this thing really wound up, and Musgrave said it just started shaking real bad. You can see it's the right front. They'll head to pit road and lose at least 2 laps here.
What a horrible break for Ted Musgrave. This may very well take him completely out of this championship hunt for the year with this bad break of a flat tire.
Oh, we got a crash.
In 2, big problems. Terry Cook and Ken Weaver getting into each other.
Musgrave is going one through his pit, Bill. He did not stop. He's going to stay on the lead lap, but you can see the sparks coming out from underneath the truck. That's grinding on the sway bar arm. He could do more damage by staying on the track here and not losing a lap than he would have been able to do if he had just stopped and got a tire.
Michael, he's probably said, hey, the only shot we have at salvaging our championship hopes are staying on the lead lap. We look what happened
Ken
with
Weaver
this
on the
accident.
outside.
Travis Quample's on the inside. He makes contact with Ken Weaver. Ken spins around right in front of the race, right in front of Robert Huff, and Robert makes contact.
Brandon Witt hits him.
Terry Cook on the outside.
Nice job
Gets
by
through
Terry
there.
Cook.
Scott Lynch spins on the bottom of the racetrack. Deborah Renshaw spins on
Time with his truck being real tight off. Harvick came over to the radio and said the only way to fix it is to run a different line. You keep hitting the same lines. Chad Chapman is in the wall.
Big hit for the 18 of Chad Chapman. That Dickey's Dodge came and hit the inside wall very hard coming off of turn 4.
They were racing 3 wide, Rick, as they exited turn 4, and Matt Chad Chaffin wound up with the short end of that stick. They got together. He shot down in the inside wall.
Shortened that truck up quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of damage to the front of that truck. Left rear tire not even turning right now. Michael, they were racing right in front of them. You see the 24 of Travis Quabbel makes some contact. Chad turns to the inside as Terry Cook went to the inside of John Wood. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, had nowhere to go, just made a little bit of contact, just turned him straight in the inside wall. This racetrack's only about 50 feet wide at this racetrack.
Another great run for Matt Crafton. He's running third.
If he could stay there, that would equal his career best of third set earlier this year.
David Rudeman with a flat tire as well off turn 2.
What do you think it is, Michael? Just a little bit of debris on the racetrack? Because we've seen so many flat tires. First Ted Musgrave, then we saw that happen to top out on. Now David Rudeman with a flat left rear tire.
I do not understand, Phil. There's no reason this should be happening unless they're running over something. Could be coincidental, but that's 3 flat tires. We don't ever see anything like this.
Out in front, David Starr trying to hold off veteran Jack Sprague, 3-time series champion, looking to claim his 4th win at Phoenix International Raceway. David Starr looking to claim his 3rd career win.
This past lap, Jack Sprague was the fastest truck on the racetrack, and continuing to do so, faster that time than David Starr as well. Jack's turning the heat up and closing in on Starr.
He's just under a 1/10 of a second faster, but he's going to have to pass him. Getting to him is one thing, passing him is another.
That's a couple of Chevy Silverados battling for the lead in the Chevy Silverado 150. Couldn't get much better than that from our friends with the bow ties on.
Well, don't you know
sponsorship?
Don't you know Jack Sprague would love to get that win from the pole zone? It's the largest in the history of the series by Craftsman.
$28,000.
Just a few hundredths of a second faster than again, and you can see it visually. He's closing the gap. 5 to go, and he is there. Can he make something happen?
Jack Sprague has led more laps on this track in a truck than any other driver. Over 500 more laps than any other driver. He would love to lead the last lap around this track.
Listen to the audio as he gets back into gas here. Able to get in it pretty smooth and pretty strong.
Sure.
We heard him kind of burping the gas as he got in and off turn 4, but that sounded like a real good corner for Starr, and he was able to drive away a little bit from Sprague.
He was the fastest truck on the racetrack that last lap. There you see him playing with the throttle a little bit down there in 3 and 4, but Jack doesn't appear to be able to gain anything.
As they go across the start-finish line, we look at the speeds at the line, and that time Jack Sprague just a bit faster than David Starr.
Man, when you got a truck, though, feel like David has right there, he can get it aimed to the bottom. He's dead on the bottom and then just working the gas, exiting the corner. That's a good feeling. It'd be hard to pass him with the way that truck's working right now.
It's going to be awfully hard for Jack Sprague to drive around the outside of David Starr. As you mentioned, if he can get underneath him, he's got a shot. Ray, what's going on with Jack Sprague?
Well, Phil, I just wanted to give you a quick stat on him. He has finished 2nd in his career 29 different times. Where did he finish at Phoenix in his last 3 races? 2nd, all 3 times.
David Starr again fastest, that time by coming up on 1 lap to go. This is a great battle for 5th. Steve Park just in front of Johnny Benson. Benson looking to have another top 5 finish.
How surprising is that? He finishes in the top 5 out every week in that Toyota.
Sure does. Done a great job every time he got in. Last lap, David Starr leads.
White flag flies for David Starr, looking to claim his 3rd career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win. Side-by-side racing now for 5th.
Johnny's up under Park. Can't finish the deal. Those guys will battle back to the checker. David Starr right down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Coming out of turn number 4, Jack Sprague won't have enough time to catch him as David Starr comes across the start-finish line. It's win number 3 in the Chevy Silverado 150.
Johnny able to get by Steve Park. Was able to take over the 5th position. Good top 5 for Johnny Benson, but a good run for Steve Park also in 6th. But what a great job by David Starr, Dave McCarty, that entire Spears manufacturing team. You can see David, he's pretty pumped up.
2nd win of the season for David Starr. Wendy?
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports. spanning the globe to bring you the biggest events in the wide world of sports.